All right, let's talk about something we all do every single day, living our lives online. Today, we're putting together the ultimate handbook for navigating that world. We're going to cover the essential do's and don'ts of social media, the stuff that keeps us safe and, makes the internet a better place for everybody. So let's jump right in.
So let me just ask you this straight up. How well do you really know the rules of the internet? I mean, we're all on it constantly, scrolling, posting, connecting, but the actual rules of the road aren't always super obvious, are they? Well, think of this as your personal guide to mastering that digital life.
So here's how we're going to break it down, kind of like 4 essential chapters in your handbook. First, we'll build what I'm calling your digital fortress. Then we're going to get into the art of mindful scrolling. After that, we'll talk about what it actually means to be a good neighbor online. And finally, and this is so important, we're going to talk about your safety net.
Okay, first things first. Before you can really enjoy being online, you have to feel safe. So this first part is all about building a super strong defense, protecting your personal info right from the start.
And the foundation of that whole fortress, it all starts with a strong password. Just look at the difference here. On the right, you've got passwords that are basically like leaving your front door wide open. But on the left, that mix of letters, numbers, and symbols, that's a real lock. It's so much harder to crack. This is absolutely your first line of defense. It's a non-negotiable.
So beyond that password, guarding your fortress is about smart habits. Simple stuff, really. Don't go sharing personal details like your address or phone number. Be super careful about talking to strangers. You just never know who's really on the other side of that screen. And please never, ever download a link if you don't know where it came from. And here's a big one. Take just 2 minutes, right now even, and check your privacy settings on every app you use. You get to decide who sees your stuff, nobody else.
Okay, so your fortress is secure. Awesome. Now, let's talk about how we actually spend our time inside those walls. Because it's not just about scrolling forever. It's about being mindful and really taking control of what you're seeing. And, just as important, what you're putting out there.
This might be the single most important rule of the entire internet. Think before you post. Seriously, everything you put online creates this digital footprint, and that thing can last forever. So you've got to ask yourself, is this kind? Is this true? Is this something I'm going to be okay with people seeing 5 or 10 years from now?
And while we're on the topic of being mindful, have you ever really stopped and thought about this? Like for real? How many hours a day are you actually spending scrolling? Sometimes that number can be, well, a little shocking. And that leads us right to our next point.
Here it is, your 3-step guide to having a much healthier relationship with your social media feed. First, be skeptical. Don't just believe everything you see. The internet is full of fake stuff, so it's good to question things. Second, try to avoid that mindless scrolling where you just zone out. Maybe set some limits for yourself. And third, actually take breaks. Put the phone down. Go outside. Connect with the real world that's right there in front of you.
So we've covered protecting yourself and we've covered managing your own habits. Now let's zoom out a bit and think about our collective responsibility. The internet isn't just a bunch of websites, it's a community, and every single one of us has a part to play in making it a decent place to be.
This is it. This is the heart of it all. It really is this simple. Be kind and respectful. Treat other people online the same way you'd want to be treated in person. It's like the digital golden rule. And honestly, if we all just did this, the internet would feel like a completely different place overnight.
Being a good neighbor really comes down to a few key actions. A huge one is respecting people's privacy. Never ever post a picture or a video of someone else without asking them first. It's their face, their choice. Simple as that. And what about when you see negativity or rude comments? The most powerful thing you can do is often nothing. Don't engage, don't feed the trolls, just block, report, and move on with your day. And that brings us to our last chapter, which is maybe the most important one of all. Because look, no matter how careful you are, sometimes things online can just feel wrong or unsafe. Knowing what to do in those moments, that's your safety net.
And here's the plan. It's super simple and super effective. Step 1, report it. Use the tools that these platforms give you. When you report content that's hateful or just inappropriate, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping protect the whole community. And step 2, if anything ever feels off or scary or just confusing, you have to talk to a trusted adult. A parent, a teacher, anyone. You are not alone in this, ever.
So when you boil it all down, it comes to this. You are in control. You're not just a passive user scrolling through the internet. You're the architect of your own online experience.
Every one of these rules gives you the tools to build a digital life that's safer, more positive, and way more empowering. So I want to leave you with the question. After everything we've talked about, what's the one rule, just one, that you're going to commit to starting right now to build a better internet for yourself and for everyone else? Think about it.